some questions. So, if there are some questions from the audience.
It's more of a comment or an observation. Thank you so much for outlining so many sectors in which jobs can be available in the near future or even currently. I think one of the main blocks here is also orientation of the parents. Because I mean, from my observations in the field as well as at a more personal, in the personal circles, basic sciences is something that is very highly discouraged. And I'm not talking about the elite institutions, so to speak, where, IITs or ICERs or such like, but students taking up BSc in regular colleges is quite a challenge for parents to accept that their wards are going to go to a BSc college and what's their career going to look like. So this sort of huge opportunity of millions of jobs in various sectors needs to really reach also this very important stakeholder of parents and family, which at the level at which they take admission, they are still sort of a big player there, influencing that decision. So just wanted to highlight this.
Yeah, first we have to create the body of the teachers who are committed to this. So all physics teachers have to learn a little bit of chemistry, biology, and statistics. All chemistry teachers have to learn a little bit of physics, etc. Unless they become multidisciplinary, they cannot pretend to teach multidisciplinary courses. Okay, and then there is a branding issue. Okay, and the branding, all these surpluses in the business come only after branding. So you have to brand it correctly. You need some people like Abdul Kalam, etc., to be the brand ambassadors for such a thing. Then it can happen. Because see what happened in IT industry. When I sent something like 4,500 students I placed in when I was in CDAC in Silicon Valley. Why? It's because Pepsi Coli had done the pioneering work of sending first people in US for doing that. Okay, so. It's a matter of branding, leadership, and most importantly, faculty development, and rejuvenating the atmosphere in the colleges. Okay, attracting scholars to teach in undergraduate institutions. So all those things are there. It's the right word Darshan has used, ecosystem. So yeah.
Hello, Dr. Sawant. This is Monish. I'm a NISAO product myself. I have a question about the green collar jobs that you're talking about. So, is there an exclusivity for science graduate? Because I could understand, my point of view is that engineering students can also apply for those kind of jobs. And the current scenario, or maybe the problem that the students are facing just after their degrees, is that when an MSc student is going for the same job and a BTech guy is going, there's a high probability that the BTech guy will get a 3 or 4 times the pay scale that the MSc guy would get. So what is the landscape? Have you done a correlation of the pay versus this green collar jobs?
Yeah. First, most important thing is that the skill part is missing in our programs. Okay. First of all, we have not projected it as a green sector. Okay. We are still teaching physics, chemistry, biology isolatedly. Okay. Even our maths is taught isolatedly without connecting with physics. Okay, so that is a big problem currently. Second thing is we are not connecting ourselves to the job environments at all. NEP wants you to get into internships and projects and all those kinds of things. Third important thing is we do not have the inclusion of international certifications which are required to take these jobs. Okay, so and they can be easily done. That is not a great thing. So preference to engineering graduates currently, I must tell you, is only because of the perhaps high IQ. Because most of the people who have better aptitude for solving those competitive exams get into engineering colleges. Others remain in science colleges. This is the wider public perception. Okay, so that's why I said that the issue is branding. and rebuilding the whole ecosystem. Okay, it's a tough job, but even 2 to 3 years it can be done if there is a policy of this kind, driving like that. And connecting with those job environments abroad, like what EPSI did, so that is required. And see, my wife is doing that, that's why I have great confidence, because these students have otherwise no jobs in India, unfortunately, today. But if you train them well, they have great opportunities, and once large number of people take up that, then it becomes a brand. Oh, I must go to the science college rather than engineering. There is a problem of placements, etc. So all those kinds of things are there.
Okay, thank you for the talk. Can you please provide little more details on the genesis of MKCL, its core mandate? Is every state has Knowledge Corporation Limited, and how is it different from the State Council for Science Technology? That's another institutions, and the envisioned role of this in the whole ecosystem.
I think this question I can take up later, because today I came really as a physics teacher here. Okay, I didn't come in the capacity of the former managing director or current chief mentor of MKCL. Basically, the whole effort that connects here is knowledgeizing the products and productizing the knowledge. Okay, in that sense, this connects. But for the present talk, it was more of a concerned undergraduate teacher once upon a time.
I'm a relatively new educator, but I'm just wondering, the example that you have given is more on an environmental science question, like climate change and different parameters that will change. So if I have to talk to a parent and convince them to do a basic science course, if I'm giving them an example of environmental education or environmental science, then they say, oh, but there is already a degree on MSc or BSc in environment science, then why should my student take an undergraduate course which has all physics, chemistry, biology? So can you just help me out how I could convince a parent without giving an example of climate change?
My whole approach today was concerning careers and jobs. Okay, because the first thing is we have to attract good people to do science. Later on, they can contribute to research, etc. So, the environment science, the postgraduate courses which exist, first of all, they have limited seats. But second important thing is that they are not so much focused on the green collar careers. Okay, very few of them think like that. In fact, many of them start doing something else after they finish that, because they are not actually developed for those job opportunities or those careers. That is the lacuna. Okay, so some of the people who come to me for even seeking jobs in software development after doing environment science. So that should not happen.
Thank you for a very interesting lecture. You know, when we talk to the faculty about all these things, one very simple question which they ask is, sir, are we going to convert science courses into technology courses? Because they are being done better in technology institutes. So why are you really trying to do this here? And as a corollary to that, they say, sir, we are not trained to teach these kinds of courses. And where are those training opportunities which are there for the faculty to get tuned to these courses? And when you look at, the curriculum which comes from the national level also, all these things which you are talking about are just missing in that. Nobody really looks at like this. For example, if there is a physics course which is for BSc, there is a mathematics course which is for BSc students, we find that kind of a synergy which has to be there between these two kinds of things. That's just missing. In NEP, for example, they compartmentalize things, that these are the physical sciences and these are the mathematical sciences. The moment mathematics got decoupled from physical sciences, people said, look, they are not coming for doing mathematics when we are trying to teach them physics. Now, these are some very interesting, things which happen, which need to be addressed very carefully, so that if somebody is getting trained for doing science, which leads to technologies is properly tuned towards those things. Your comments on this?
See, I cannot talk on national policy issue or the mindset of the professors, etc. This is a journey, and NEP has made us think at least to overcome those mindsets. So it may take some time for people to align with them, because they have been taught in very rigid disciplines, and now suddenly everybody is talking about multidisciplinarity. So it's a big shock to them. Many institutions where I go and present this, they start discussing the positions of teachers, how they will reduce. Okay, because if nobody does 3 years of full physics, then who will come? Then what will happen to my job, etc. Those kinds of things. So there are so many issues concerning this, but most important is that these are the compulsions of the planet. If we don't do it, somebody else will do it, and then we will follow. That is the simplest thing. For example, long time ago, in 70s, people recognized that India needs engineers. Karnataka took the lead and started engineering colleges, and Maharashtra became a follower much later. So that happens, So if we are in a leadership position in a institution like TIFR, then we must tell something which is not easily digestible today, but it is the future. Okay, so we should not shy away from telling the truth, because these are the things. And if you open the portals and sites of so many universities abroad, they are talking of all these things. What is wrong in teaching circular economy now? Because that is the need of the day. Okay, the industry is demanding that, but there is no expert on that. So these are the new things which are coming up. Okay, and we should not lag behind. Otherwise, after doing BSc physics, what people are doing currently? They are neither doing physics nor doing some good career, and appearing for the MPSC, UPSC exams in big way, and also failing there. I'm not talking about few, cream of the this thing lot. I'm talking about the masses. What are they doing? The colleges are not offering. They are going to the MPSC, UPSC coaching classes, while the college teachers are sitting in the teacher's room. I visited so many colleges where I couldn't see students. Large buildings, campuses, no students. So we have to attract them by giving something which they want, what is their future, and they understand their future. So this is the thing, So it's a tough job, but one will have to do it, and that will give the correct, dignity to science education, because it starts addressing the real problems of the society. It doesn't remain divorced to them and sitting in one corner. And the teachers about whom you referred to, there is in one of the novels of Woodhouse, he says that there is a shipwreck. People on the ship suddenly have to take the lifeboat and go on an unmanned island. Everybody starts, surviving. Somebody starts cutting the wood. Somebody starts gathering the fruits. Somebody starts seeing how the food can be cooked, and things like that. Whereas one person goes to each one and says that, sir, do you have a broken piano? I can repair one. So those people who can repair broken pianos on unmanned islands have no future. So that is very clear, Thank you.
Okay. So thank you so much for this wonderful talk. There might be many questions, and I invite you to discuss them over the coffee break. So thank you once again, Mr. Sawant. And so we continue with the